What is up, everybody out there in HeroClix land? This once again is Scott Porter, back for day number 3 of our fantastic new unboxing series for the brand new WizKids HeroClix set based on the Marvel storyline War of the Realms, written by Jason Aaron. It is a wonderful story. I have talked about it ad nauseum for the first 2 days. If you haven't watched videos 1 and 2, press pause, go back, watch those. We'll be here waiting for you, just like Richard Marx. Right here waiting for you. And then we will get started once again. We pulled a lot of cool things. We pulled a Prime yesterday of Frog Thor. We've pulled a super rare in Thanos that has a Mjolnir with the Infinity Gems all over it. That reminded me of an old video game, but it also apparently also happened in the books. Listen, guys, I can't read everything. Sometimes I miss things. I know an awful lot about these books, but there are even stories I don't know. Make sure if you know anything about that Thanos, share it down in the comments with me, because I want to learn more about that particular Thanos. That was awesome. Hoping we still get a super rare or a couple of super rares. Hoping we still get a chase. Who knows if that's gonna happen? But I've been really excited with the character pulls so far. We've seen a lot of Thor, and I said on day 1 I want to see different variants of Thor for sure, because there are so many different ones of them. But I wanted to see young Thor. I wanted to see King Thor. So far, we're just seeing more versions of Thor, Odin's son, as opposed to, well, I guess King Thor in the future is Thor, Odin's son, but King Thor in the future has gone through it, man. Lost an eye, became the All-Father, has granddaughters who are badass on their own right, fights Galactus for the last stand of Earth at one point. I mean, dude is mega powerful, and our Odin's son, as we know in current times, as well as young Thor and King Thor, all get together a long time ago to defeat Gord the God Butcher, and then they do it again to defeat Malekith, as well as the help of Jane Foster Thor, 4 Thors for 1, for fighting Malekith at the end of the storyline. And those are the Thors that I want to see. So if we get any more Thors, I want them to be those Thors. You know, the young Thor who still wasn't worthy enough to pick up Mjolnir, and King Thor who is there at the end of times of the universe. I want to see those. I also want to see a lot more villains. We haven't seen, we saw Enchantress. We haven't seen Dario Agger. We haven't seen Malekith. We haven't seen Laufey. If he's in this set, I don't know if you could even put Laufey in this set, because that's a giant, so maybe he's not in here. We haven't seen Cinder, which is Surtur's daughter from Muspelheim. Even not side players, but even players that weren't as apparent in War of the Realms, but are still a part of the entire mythology of Thor in this universe. So like Hel, some of those characters as well, we haven't seen. So, you know, maybe some more villains in the Asgardian lore, maybe some different versions of Thor, and then all bets are off. I want to see other heroes. I want to see other crazy versions of heroes, or other heroes that played a huge part in this storyline. So that's what I want to see. That's what I'm hoping for today. Without further ado, let's just start cracking boosters. Oh, you know who else I want to see? I want to see Thori. I want Thor's dog. Can we get Thori, please? Thori is hilarious in the War of the Realms storyline. He's just eating trolls left and right. He's bragging about it everywhere. Thori is the best troll eater. Thori the best troll eater. And he meets the ghost dog from Doctor Strange. What is his name? Starts with a B. Bats? Bats is the... I want the ghost dog, and I want Thori. Give him to me. Let's go. Okay. Next booster. Ooh, okay. Again, with some figures I just wouldn't have expected to be in this set, but it's a cool sub-theme. Guardians of the Galaxy is a big sub-theme in this set. We did just get a big-time villain, though. One of the War Council from Malekith, we got Curse, we got Yondu. Ooh, okay. I don't think we've ever seen Dr. Annabelle Riggs before. That's cool. We got the Executioner, so it doesn't say Scourge. I think this is probably going to be a bad version of him. Wouldn't be surprised if we see another Scourge in the set. And we got a Captain America, and we have seen this one before. That is set number 2. Let me pop them out, give you a little bit of a closer look at all of their sculpts together. Curse, very, very cool. Algrim, the dark elf who was dropped into a vat of molten lava and came up hating Thor. That is Curse. Curse is You know, kind of your run-of-the-mill Thor bad guy, you know, hates Thor, wants to see Thor end, no more Thors, blah, blah, blah. You know, a pawn of Malekith for many, many, many eons. And then there's that Cap sculpt. We saw Cap yesterday. Again, if you didn't see yesterday's video or day one's video, go back and watch them. And we will be back here for you when you get back, you know. Let's start with, I guess, Yondu. I didn't really expect Yondu to be in the set. We'll take a peek at Yondu's sculpt there. Bright blue. He's got that more Marvel Cinematic Universe look to Yondu as opposed to the old Yondu with the big, huge feather mohawk and the celestial bow that he could hold out in front of him, you know, that gold bow, and then he would just launch his arrows. This one is holding the arrow much like the Marvel Cinematic Universe. There's a lot of crossover happening now. I wish there kind of would have been some separation and that the old characters would... I know there's an evolution of characters. I know, I get it. But sometimes I think the comics take a little bit too much from the cinematic universe. I love when the cinematic universe changes things up, but I would love to see more consistency in the comics. However, let's take a look at Yondu's card. And Yondu's card has an interesting thing on it. We have a rally die trait, but the rally die trait is actually green. So let's take a look at it. Guardians of the Galaxy, Ravagers, Cosmic, and Pirate keyword, set number 25, has a trait, Rally. Okay. All attack rolls. Free. Remove one of Yondu's rally dice. If you do, this turn Yondu has 3 targets and deals penetrating damage. Ooh, that's a pretty good rally situation there. That's awesome. Okay. Look on the back of the card there. We've talked about rally dies already, but since this one is green, that means all attack rolls, okay? So once per roll for each die in a finalized attack roll and for all characters with a matching rally die and trait color printed under their trait star. After resolutions, you may choose a friendly character to gain a matching rally die. Rally trait colors specify which attack type they can gain rally dice from. So blue is friendly, red is opposing, and we've seen a lot of red in this game, but green is all attack rolls. So every single attack roll that is finalized, if there is a 3 in it, you can choose to place a rally token onto Yondu's card, and then he can utilize that free power to remove one and gain 3 targets and deal penetrating damage. It's pretty great. I am a fan of that Yondu. That is cool. And I like that we're getting a Guardians of the Galaxy sub-theme here. We haven't seen some of them in a little while, so... Yondu, welcome to the club. Let's talk about Dr. Annabelle Riggs next. Whoop, I cannot grab her. She's running away from me. Here's Dr. Annabelle Riggs. Take a peek at her sculpt there. Annabelle Riggs is interesting. She's an archaeologist, kind of like an Indiana Jones type, but she ends up dying heroically while Valkyrie is around, and their 2 souls, I guess, intertwine. Valkyrie doesn't want her to die. Valkyrie gives her some of her life force. I'm a little sketchy on how this magical saving of lives happens, and it happens all the time in in Thor lore. You have, you know, characters dying constantly, coming back to life constantly. That big cycle of what has happened before will happen again. But Valkyrie kind of saves Dr. Annabelle Riggs, but then she becomes this kind of Thor Donald Blake-like character where she will be Dr. Annabelle Riggs and then trouble will brew and she'll be like, boom, and all of a sudden she'll turn into Valkyrie Brunhild. And Brunhild, oh, I hope we get her in this set. She is probably the biggest hero that passes. Malekith beheads her. There is this moment in, I think it's the 2nd issue of War of the Realms, where all of Malekith's forces have invaded. You've got frost giants, you've got fire demons, you've got angels from heaven, which in Thor lore is not a good thing, the Queen of Heaven. She's a baby killer, and all of her servants, they go kill children all the time. They're winged ladies who are just deadly as all hell. Like Odin had to close heaven off because they are just like thirsty for blood, and they're really nasty. So you've got these angels from heaven. You've got fire demons, like I said. You've got trolls. Ulick is a part of the war council, so of course all the trolls are. You got war dogs all over the place. You've got the Drog, and you've got Enchantress, and it's just everything's going to hell. And the horn is blown, and the Valkyries show up, and they start to turn the tide of the battle. But in the midst of this, Doctor Strange is trying to pull civilians and everyone to safety. He's casting a spell to get them off world, to get them to safety. And the spell gets out of hand. It becomes too powerful. And what he ends up doing is not only pulling all of the civilians, but pulls all of the Earthlings. He pulls all of the heroes. He pulls Daredevil. He pulls Iron Man. He pulls the Fantastic Four. He pulls everyone. And he leaves New York, which has Malekith and all of the armies that he brought with him. And it just leaves them versus the Valkyrie. And the Valkyrie all die. And Malekith beheads Brunhild. And I hope we get an awesome version of Valkyrie in this set. That would be really, really cool. I hope that we see it. But Annabelle Riggs, like I said, she can switch into Valkyrie. Her and Valkyrie share a body for a while. She also joins the Asgardians of the Galaxy, so she fits in a lot of different places. Here we go. Take a look at her card. Annabelle Riggs, Asgardian, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Scientist keywords. Set number 24. Valkyrie, free. If Dr. Annabelle Riggs began your turn on the map, replace her, ooh yes, with War of the Realms number 26. Valkyrie on the same click number. Okay, there we go. Not that kind of doctor. Outwit. When Annabelle Riggs uses it, she can choose a number of powers equal to the target's action tokens +1. Whoa! All right, that's awesome. Okay, look at the back of her card there. That's Valkyrie and her together. The Fearless Defenders, yeah, she was a part of that team as well. That is really, really cool. I'm loving it. So 5 clicks though, that's the only thing. Does that mean we're only getting a Valkyrie with 5 clicks? I hope we get, if we get a Valkyrie with 5 clicks, I hope we also get a bigger, better Valkyrie, because Brunhilde is awesome in so many ways. But the story of Dr. Annabelle Riggs is actually really, really cool. I dig it. Fearless Defenders was awesome, by the way, as well. I should have mentioned that. And you know what? I'm going to put Yondu over in the bad guys, because he's not always a good guy. Put Annabelle Riggs over here. Okay, moving on after blabbing so much about, but it deserved to be talked about. That moment with Brunhilde and the fall of the Valkyrie within War of the Realms actually leads to Jane Foster becoming Valkyrie post-War of the Realms, when the Warhammer of War Thor kind of becomes a part of her. There's a lot of really cool things that happen. Anyway, read the books. Okay, Executioner. Another guy that is a part of the Asgardians of the Galaxy, another god who you can't nail down as a villain or a hero, right? Scourge has sacrificed himself multiple times, standing up for the good side of a battle, standing on the bridge of hell, you know, with his M16s just going crazy. He ends up dying during War of the Realms, and then he wakes up in Valhalla, not thinking that he should be there, because the last time he died, he ended up in hell, which is where he thought he should be. But this time, he dies a hero's death towards the end of War of the Realms and Asgardians of the Galaxy, and he ends up in Valhalla. And that's like, you know, the heaven for the gods, the afterlife that they all hope to end up in if they die a warrior's death. And he does that. But this seems to be more of the Masters of Evil Executioner. Let's take a look at his card. All right. Executioner, we got Asgardian, Masters of Evil, Brute, and Warrior. Set number 5. No special attack or defense powers. No traits. So this is just a straightforward old school Executioner here. But man, is he hefty. Woo! Hefty, hefty, hefty. Wimpy, wimpy, wimpy. He is not wimpy. Look at this dude. Charge. He's got 11 attack value, 4 damage. And then he starts stealing energy on the back end of his dial. He's got some flurry there. Impervious towards the end of the dial. Climbs back up to a 4 damage towards the end, 9 clicks long. All ringing in for 90 points. I like it. Look, beat sticks are beat sticks. He has 2 arrows, so he can be attacking with that 4 damage, 2 targets up close, swinging that axe, boom, boom. Yeah. I see you, Executioner, swinging that axe. swinging that axe. Let's go. All right. I'm happy to put him over in the villain side. All right. Last but not least, we've got Curse here. Now, Curse. Oh, this is a different curse. Okay, this isn't the curse that I thought. This isn't Algrim. This is Waziria. Okay. Look at that sculpt, though. The sculpt is great. We didn't get the old school curse. I was all ready to talk about Thor and Algrim falling through a volcano into magma and him getting amnesia, and the only thing he knew is he hated Thor. But this is a different curse. Still very much the same in the power representation. Let's take a look at the card here real quick. Curse as Guardian, Armor, Brute, Monster, Mystical, Warrior. Bloodthirst is a special movement, power, charge, sidestep, giant reach of 2. Living Armor, special defense power, invulnerability. Curse takes a maximum of 1 damage from ranged attacks or attacks from equipped characters. Protected, Outwit. So, gonna take you a long time to cut through, but it's only 6 clicks. Only 6 clicks, that's okay. Oh, look at that. War of the Realms, Spider-Man in the League of the Realms. Okay, so Spider-Man in the League of Realms. So the League of Realms is a really interesting book. Earlier I was talking about kind of Journey into Mystery and how it told some weird stories. You know, it's told some really fun stories, some deep cut stories, and League of the Realms is that kind of same way. Really oddball groups of characters. And it's really a lot of fun if you like standalone stuff and fringe stuff, little self-contained storylines. But Spider-Man, I didn't read that story actually because there's so many things that come along with these massive crossover events now, and I find that it's nearly impossible to read everything, even with digital. Still to like go down that list and be like, wait, where am I supposed to be reading right now? Am I supposed to jump into this side shot here? Am I supposed to jump into this, tangent that they're going here? There's some teams that aren't really involved. Like there was an X-Men War of the Realms issue. Guys, I don't think we need to read it. The X-Men, for the most part, are dealing with Age of X stuff. They're not involved in the War of the Realms at all. So why do we even really have to see what they're up to? It's fine. It's fine. They've got their own problems. We don't need to see them, right? That's at least my opinion. But Spider-Man, and you know what? I am going to go read that now. I am going to go check that out. Spider-Man in the League of Realms. Looks like there's at least a couple of issues of it, so maybe it's worth a read. See? Something I don't know. Something I didn't read. But learning new things every single day. All right, let's see here. Last booster for today. And then I think today we will also open the Fast Forces. We'll take a peek at that in just a moment. Okay, oh yes! Okay. Oh, this is awesome. This is a good booster here. You can see we've got the Iron Allfather. It is a super rare. Oh, that is awesome. We've got Scourge, awesome. Lady Sif, we haven't seen yet. Blade, who we have seen, and then it looks like we've got Miles, who also is another character I did not expect to see in this particular set, but there's the Iron Allfather himself. Oh yeah, that armor that he puts together for him. So what's interesting about Odin in this story, which a lot of people don't understand all the time, is yeah, Odin is like all powerful. He knows everything, he's super wise. A long time ago, he went and he talked to, I think it was Mimir that he talked to, and he took one of his eyes out so he could gain wisdom and see across the universe and know what's coming. That's how he has this understanding of Ragnarok and how to save himself, all this stuff, blah, 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 blah. Odin, Odin, Odin. Everybody knows that stuff, right, for the most part. But there's something else called the Odin Sleep. And Odin has Odin Force. And the Odin Force is super powerful. I mean, he's like nigh omnipotent, right? He's like can't be defeated by most things. But it is a finite amount of energy. It's like NBA Jam when you press the turbo button, right? And you're running down the court and the turbo button's going down. That's how I think about the Odin Force. Is as he's using all these crazy, powerful, tools at his disposal, his Odin Force is going down. Then he has to go into something called the Odin Sleep. And where Thor has a leg up for a long time over Odin is Thor doesn't have to go into a Thor sleep. Thor doesn't have to regenerate everything, but Odin does. So Odin throughout this storyline is refusing to do the Odin sleep. So he's assaulted by dark elves in the very beginning of the storyline. He's almost, they think he's dead. He's not. He gets back up. He shows up. He's looking for his wife. He's looking for Freyja on Earth. And she's out, like, leading the counterattack against Malekith. I want her in this set, too. I need Freyja. Please, please, please say that we get her. Her and Odin have this awesome last stand at... Malekith has his own Bifrost called the Black Bifrost, and that's how he moves his forces all over the board. So when he breaks the real Bifrost and strands everybody across the 10 realms, while he still has his own Black Bifrost, that's like Malekith's big master stroke. Lady Freyja and Odin go together to try and destroy the Black Bifrost to stop his strategical advantage. And the two of them have an awesome, huge issue together in this series. But Iron Man builds this suit to help keep Odin together, to help try and replenish some of that Odin force, because Odin is going to die if he doesn't stop, and he's refusing to stop. So Iron Man tries to give him a leg up. You're like, Odin's all powerful. Why does he need an Iron Man suit of armor? That's why. So boom. I can't wait to see what he does. We've already seen Blade. We'll place him over here. Let's get into Miles. Didn't expect Miles to be in the set. We've had a lot of Miles lately. I don't know if I'm expecting much else from this particular Miles. Good sculpt, of course, always. His colorway is great. I talk about Spider-Man like I talk about shoes, I guess. Got the black and red, got the band colorway there. And then we'll take a look at his card here. We've got Avengers, Champions, S.H.I.E.L.D., and Spider-Man family. And maybe that's why, Champions, throughout War of the Realms. I'm not sure if they're really involved, but maybe that's why he's here. Or maybe he's just here because Spider-Man's here, Set number 8 has a trait, pardon me, swinging through super senses. Friendly characters that are adjacent or have the Avengers keyword can use super senses. Okay, all right. Here we go. Anybody that's adjacent, so he's giving super senses. Black Widow is giving stealth. Hulk is giving toughness. All right, that's cool. I'll take it. Good dial. Got some Quake. Got some Outwit with a 3 damage. That's nice. Got 2 targets for up close or for his webbing. Very good. Man, it's not a bad sculpt there. Not a bad dial. There is what I meant to say. Kind of surprising. Okay, let's see. Let's look at Scourge next. We just talked about Executioner. So we'll take a look at Scourge, the heroic Asgardian of the galaxy, and Asgardian version of Scourge. Still got his axe. Still got his head tattoos. Got the whole thing. And this is more of, Scourge in this book becomes really good friends with everybody on the Asgardians of the Galaxy. You really warm up to Scourge in this storyline. If you never liked him before, you will come to like him way more in this. But again, he's there sacrificing himself as he has done before for the greater good, which is a really cool development for somebody who was considered a villain for so long under the guise of Executioner. Okay, let's take a look here. Asgardian, Guardians of the Galaxy and Warrior, set number 21. Disorder, charge, and running shot. Remember, he loves to use guns as well, earthly guns, Midgard's weaponry, as well as his Asgardian weaponry. And there you go. Only 6 clicks long, but can do some damage in the meantime. He's got range, he's got penetrating psychic blast, he's got exploit weakness. That is a really cool combo to show the 2 types of weapons that he likes to use. He can be up close and in your face, or he can be away. That's really cool. I love that he's got charge and running shot together, and then they're, damage ignoring damage powers to go along with it with Pensai and with exploit weakness. That's really cool. So you can choose. What does he need to be? And you can let your opponent choose actually for you, right? They come and get in your grill. Great. I've got exploit weakness. They try and keep away. You've got a little bit of running shot and a pretty good range, 6 range. With penetrating psychic blast. Very cool. Okay, Lady Sif is going to be next. Longtime adorer of Thor, sometimes love of Thor, sister of Heimdall, And I believe now the keeper of the Bifrost, after War of the Realms, after Heimdall is gone, she becomes, I believe, the keeper of the Bifrost. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Somebody correct me in the comments if I am. But let's take a look at her sculpt real quick. It's really cool to see her and Captain Marvel working together in the War Avengers. The greatest female fighter in all the realms, along with one of the greatest female fighters from Earth itself, teaming up together. It's a pretty cool moment. Let's take a peek at her card now. Ooh, she's got a blue rally die. We haven't really seen that all that much yet. So I'm loving that we're getting different variations on the rally theme. She's got Asgardian, Avengers, Deity, and Warrior keyword. She's set number 15. Rally, friendly attack rolls. Traded Flurry. Free, remove one of Lady Sif's rally dice to make a close attack. Okay, so she's got Traded Flurry, and then you can remove one of her rally dice to make a close attack. On the back here, let's take a peek. She has Charge with Blades, she has Flurry, and she has that extra chance if a friendly character rolls a 1 to place a token onto her card and then gain that extra attack. So let me get this straight. She can charge, she can flurry, charge flurry with Blades, and then have another attack that she can make as close. So really, basically, like a lot of times I like to say, I'm going to put the card back out here because I want to make this point. I do it sometimes, and when you have Blades and you have 3 natural damage, you know, you've got a 50-50 shot of, you know, rolling the same or less than what's on the card, or rolling more and doing bigger damage. I prefer most times to just take my 3 damage, you know, because I always seem to roll a 1, and I know a lot of you out there feel the same way. But with her rally die situation, you've got 11 attack, you got 3 natural damage. I would possibly roll my Blades on that first roll, knowing that if I've got a rally token on my card, I can take that off there and I can make an extra attack on the back end that is just dealing that normal damage. So engage what you need to do, but take a Hail Mary at the start. Plus, you can attack multiple characters as close, so she can run in there and really, really wreck some stuff. That is a great, I like her a whole lot. She has no range. She's only 55 points, though, and she can deal a ton of damage. I'm a big fan of that. Okay, last but not least, get a closer look here at the Iron Allfather. He better be incredible. Pressure's on, WizKids. Let's go. Let's go. The sculpt looks awesome, though. The paint detail on the front there with all of the pink, all that energy, that Odin force that Iron Man figures out a way to kind of get going. Oh, I love it. I love it. Love the sculpt. Love the character design from the books itself. And now we will take a look at the card. Like I said, there's this really, really great battle with Freya and Odin together. And they haven't been like, they haven't been intimate with each other in a long time. And like, he comes in to save the day, what he's saying, she turns around and she's like, I haven't loved you like this in a long time. And in the midst of all of this just chaos happening around them, they have this really sweet moment. They're like, now they're kissing, they're killing things, not even looking. They're like swinging their swords and blasting their rays and everything. It's a really fun moment in the story. I hope we get Freya in this set, but let's take a peek at the card. Iron Allfather, Asgardian, Avengers, Stark Industries, Wakandan, Armor, Cosmic, Deity, and Mystical keywords. Whoa, holy keywords. Look at that. Set number 52. Trait, more sons than I care to remember. Choose a character on your sideline with the Asgardian keyword and choose a standard attack or defense power printed on their card. Iron Allfather can use the chosen power until your next turn. Special damage power, Stark's Design, Wakandan Vibranium, and Infused Dwarven Magic. Okay. Close Combat Expert, Exploit Weakness, Outwit, and Probability Control. Holy heck. That is a lot going on, granted by that special defense power, which he has for the first 5 clicks on here. 20 natural defense, 13 natural attack, 12 movement with running shot, psychic blast, and that crazy special, that is great. But at 125, you still get 6 clicks on the back end. And you could run 2 of those plus more. I don't think he has a unique ring. He doesn't. So, you know, there's always that calculation that big-time HeroClix players like to do, is how many of the lower point can I cram into one. But it doesn't have access to Close Combat Expert, Exploit Weakness, Outwit, and Probability Control on the back half of the dial. It's got Probability Control, some Outwit on the back end, but that 20 defense up front, man, I want to rock him at 300 at some point for sure. That's right. I think Screwbeard, the dwarf, you know, there's all of the dwarfs, you know, they're the forgers of all these mystical weapons, and you know, there's Split Lip, there's Screwbeard. Screwbeard is a big part of this one. There's another dwarf that deals with the Asgardians of the Galaxy, that has created this beacon for that ghost ship, basically, that becomes an Asgardian of the Galaxy. So anytime you get this big mystical armor, these big mystical weapons, most likely a dwarf has forged it. And that is no difference in here, because I think Screwbeard and Stark build this armor together. So I was giving too much credit to Tony Stark. Be cool if we can get a Screwbeard in this set. That would be awesome. That's another character that plays a big part in kind of as like the support center for all of the heroes of Midgard and across the realms that are trying to fight against Malekith. Okay, I said that we would open up the Fast Forces today, and I think that we will. Just take a peek at them really, really quickly. Got the cards here. It's a unique mix of characters, actually. The Fast Forces for this set is not what I had expected. We have a Thor, another Thor, of course. All right. We've got Loki. Makes sense, right? Loki, for sure. We've got Enchantress. We've got, is this Executioner or Scourge? It's the Executioner. But then we go a little bit off the rails. and we have Black Panther, who, of course, Black Panther has a huge part in this particular storyline, because the Angels of Hell, or the Angels of Hell, the Angels of Heaven, they might as well be Hell Angels, end up trying to take Wakanda out, and the Dora Milaje and the Angels of Heaven are going at each other. Vibranium plays a big role, of course. He's got his giant War Panther that he rides and battles with. But I didn't expect to see Black Panther and Black Widow in the Fast Forces. It's interesting. I thought we'd see more of the realms represented within this Fast Force. But like I said, very smart to include some characters that maybe somebody's not a huge fan of Thor, so at least they get a little something extra. We saw the sculpts. I'm not going to bother to put them back up because they're the same as a lot of the ones that we've seen in the set. Take a look at Black Panther's card really quickly. And remember, Fast Forces are figures that are supposed to be easier to build with, to get you started, to get you going down the path of team building within any particular set. You know what you're getting as opposed to trying to pull, so if one of your favorite characters is in it, go ahead and pick it up. The Mantle of the Panther, he has charge and stealth. Look at the back of the card here. Ooh, yeah, a little split dial action. You can run him at 25. You can run him at 50. So you have your basic dial there. You have your more complex dial there. We'll do the same thing, just keep this view and I'll swap them in. We have Black Widow, okay? Black Widow, like I said, part of the War Avengers in this particular storyline. Got Avengers, Shield, Martial Artist, and Spy. The Widow's Bite, Penetrating Psychic Blast, and Poison. Okay, she is a wild card. You can see there again, you've got that split dial. It's kind of the same way as we have an easier dial to kind of deal with, a more economic dial, and then one that has a little bit of flavor and a little bit more playability or versatility, I should say. Let's go with Thor next. Thor. As Asgardian Avengers, Celebrity and Deity, has Lightning Strike, Quake, and Giant Reach, 6, but may only target a single opposing character. Giant Reach, 6. What? Okay. All right. Next up, we'll look at Loki. Loki has Prince of Lies with Stealth and Sidestep. Again, these figures, you can only get these dials, these split dials, out of the Fast Forces. Again, 25 and 50 points. Maybe you love Loki. Maybe you're trying to struggle to find a way to get him onto your team. You want a good representation of him, some cheap probability control. Then you can use that lower dial, or you can use that higher dial there at 50. Executioner next. We've seen him and Scourge in this unboxing series. Charging in, Charge and Sidestep. Masters of Evil, Warrior, Asgardian. It's Masters of Evil. Team ability as well. Up close beat stick there. Affordable at 25. And then Enchantress is last up. Mind Control and Sidestep, Enchanting. Special movement power. Mystics team ability. Again, some cheap outwit back there. 25 points, not too bad, actually, for your pit crew. There you go. And that is going to do it for today's unboxing video. We have a good selection of stuff going on right now. At the beginning of the day, I said I wanted a couple of more villains. We got a couple more villains. We still haven't seen Malekith. Really hoping I pull him. I don't even know. You know, that's the problem sometimes is when I get these bricks, I don't know what's in them. I don't know what I'm getting. I look at the outside of the box and I get my hopes up, and then my brain just starts flying because I know these storylines so well. I just start going, oh, this is what I want to see. I want to see this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this hero, this villain. I want to recreate this big moment. I want to recreate, Loki. Loki, we haven't seen the Loki that is the teen Loki that is there at the beginning of War of the Realms. Teen Loki shows up to save his mother, to save Freya from Laufey. And the way he does it is to get eaten by Laufey. And then late in the story, when Laufey eats the casket of eternal winter, or what is it called? I think it's the casket of eternal winter. He eats that and becomes this like uber powerful version of Laufey, and all the heroes on Earth are falling in front of him. And Loki cuts his way back out of Laufey's stomach, effectively killing him again and having the casket with him. It's as though, Loki knew that was coming, but I want to reenact that moment, so I want Teen Loki. Like, I don't know if we're going to get Teen Loki. Are we going to get Kid Loki because of the Asgardians of the Galaxy? I don't know. What are you still looking for in the set? Let me know in the comments below. What are you still hoping for the most? Or who is your, this is a better one. Who is your favorite Asgardian character? And we'll see. Tell me in the comments down below, and hopefully over the next 2 days we can pull that character. I'm still missing the Warriors 3. Volstagg, Fandral, Hogun, Heimdall hasn't been represented yet. Baldur, I would love to see because of the big moment between him and Ghost Rider in the book. So yeah, tell me in the comments below who's your favorite Asgardian character. Hopefully, hero or villain. Hopefully we can pull them over the next couple of days. That is going to do it for day 3, though. Remember, the set comes out for pre-release on February the 2nd, and then officially releasing on February the 16th. Call your local comic shop or gaming store. Figure out what their schedule is. If you play in person, play safely, please. Thank you to WizKids for sending me this and allowing me to share this stuff with you guys early. It really is like Christmas morning every single time, and it's like my Christmas has extended into the new year because here I am in January opening up some awesome gifts very early. Thank you to Hyper RPG for allowing us to shoot here again. Check them out online at Twitch or on YouTube. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow for day 4. I'll see you guys then, and until I do, may all your rolls be critical hits.